water is needed. Okay. So now, when you look at the question on the board, is that it is talking about the combustion of hydrogen, meaning we are making a fuel. Okay, you're making a fuel by combustion. The process called combustion, meaning combustion is a process. First of all, write solution. Okay, the solution. This is going to be, now we have to write the equation, what is going on. Okay, so this is combustion of hydrogen. So first of all, you write the word equation, hydrogen plus also the oxygen. This can be also a reversible kind of or type of a chemical reaction to produce water. Okay, to produce water. Okay, now once you do that, you convert this equation to the chemical equation. So this is going to be hydrogen, which is a gas, and then plus the oxygen, which is also a gas, and then forming now water. Okay, forming water. This water can be liquid, okay, unless they say forms a steam. So make sure this water, if it was a steam, then it would have been a gas. But since it is just water, so this is a liquid. Okay, it is liquid. So once now we have formed the chemical equation, make sure you also balance this chemical equation. Okay, so let's see if this is balanced. So if you have to balance, we have two atoms of hydrogen, so meaning that hydrogen is balanced, and then two atoms of oxygen. So oxygen is more, there is more oxygen on the left hand side than on the right hand side. So we put the two there, and this makes up, this balances the oxygen there, but also disturbs the hydrogen. But so how do we fix the hydrogen? So the hydrogen here, we have to count, or rather, how many hydrogen in total do we have here? So we have 2 times 2, that is 4. And then how do we change this 2 to become 4? We put the 2 there, and it is now balanced. Okay. Now, in the question, they're saying that what mass of oxygen? Okay. So what mass of oxygen? So we don't have the mass there on the oxygen, but we know that there is just 1 mole, okay, of oxygen. So we can use these numbers, okay, the balancing number or the coefficient numbers, we can use them, okay, as the number of moles that are reacting, okay, okay. So what I know, the only thing I know about this information is that they are asking me, okay, what I know. Okay, so what I know is that mass of oxygen equals to question mark. Okay, so the mass of oxygen equals to the question mark, meaning I have to find the mass of oxygen. Okay, and then what else? What information do I know? Okay, so I know that 1 gram of hydrogen. Okay, so mass of hydrogen, okay, is just 1 gram. Okay, and then the other information is that they need the mass of water. Okay, so the mass of H2O equals to question mark. Okay, so I know that we are saying that we can use this reacting moles. These numbers that we are using to balance the chemical equation can be used as the reacting number of moles can help us to describe the equation and tell us what is going on in the chemical reaction. So these numbers we're calling the coefficient numbers. They are numbers that are helping us to determine how many of the hydrogen are reacting or are needed to react, and then how many of the oxygen needed to react in order to produce such kind of in order to produce a product water, okay, which is in liquid form. Okay, so we can describe this equation that two moles of water, okay, react with 1 mole of oxygen molecule to produce now 2 moles of H2O. Okay, so this is how you can describe the chemical reaction in terms of the mole. Okay, now from there, what you are going to do is that I'm going to say I know about hydrogen, okay? They have told me that the mass of hydrogen is 1, okay? So I'm going to say that the 2 moles of hydrogen, okay, 2 moles of hydrogen react with 1 mole of oxygen, okay, 1 mole of oxygen. And then they have said that the mass of hydrogen is 1 gram. Now, what mass, if the mass of hydrogen is 1, what mass of oxygen can we need or should we use in order to form the product water? Okay, so what you do is that it is a simple thing, okay? It's a simple thing. What will happen is that you cross multiply, okay? So 1 times 1, or we're going to say 2 multiplied by this x equals to 1 times 1. So this is going to be 2x equals to 1. Okay, and then divide both sides, and this is going to give us now x equals to 0.5 moles, 0.5 grams, okay, 0.5 grams of oxygen, okay. So this is the mass of oxygen that we can normally use if we are using the mass of hydrogen as 1 gram. Okay, so if we are reacting the mass of hydrogen, which is 1 gram, in order to produce water, it is reacting with oxygen. So the mass of oxygen should be 0.5 gram. Okay, so now after we have found the mass of oxygen, what about the mass of water that was produced? So in this case, what you can do is that we are going to use use the same scenarios, or rather the same concept, okay? So you can say that 2 moles. Now I want you to understand that if the numbers, these balanced numbers, if they are the same, okay, like in this case, the number in front of the oxygen is the same as that is which is in water. So meaning the mass used for the hydrogen is the same as the mass of water that will be produced, and once we measure that mass of water on the scale, would also get the same mass as the hydrogen, the one that you have been given as a clue. Okay, so this means that there is no need for you to start calculating and wasting time, okay? All you have to understand is that when you are calculating, when you are using the mole concept, okay, calculating the number of moles from the chemical equation or from the chemical reaction, okay, what you're supposed to do is that you have to understand those balancing numbers, the coefficient numbers. They are very useful because they describe what is happening and what is going on in a chemical reaction. So I want you to understand that what is happening in this reaction is that the number of moles that are reacting needed in the hydrogen is the same as that one which was produced for the water molecule as a liquid. So this means that if you want us to prove this one, okay, we can go on and prove this one, okay. So this is going to be 2 moles, okay, 2 moles of hydrogen produces 2 moles of H2O. And then they are saying that 1 gram of hydrogen was used. So 1 gram of hydrogen will produce X. Okay, so you cross multiply. Okay, this is going to be this times that, meaning 2 times X, and then 1 times 2 that. So this is going to be this is going to be 2x equals to 2. So meaning you divide both sides by 2. So this is going to be 2 goes, 2 goes. So x equals to 1 gram of H2O was needed to be produced. Okay. Then, so the key concept in understanding calculations are from chemical equation or from reacting, equation. We can use the more concept by understanding that those balancing numbers, the coefficient, the one we use for balancing the chemical reaction, they are very helpful and very useful in understanding, in just making our life easy. Okay, so I encourage you, under the more concept, if the question is normally focusing on the equation, for every single answer that you're going to get, make sure you balance up the chemical reaction. Otherwise, if you don't balance up the chemical reaction, you're going to be messing up a lot, okay? And probably you're going to get everything wrong. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Radical Academy, your #1 institution. We teach very interactive, and we ensure that you understand and you don't miss any